Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Icesis, and welcome to my channel, Icesis Manifest. On this channel, I share my manifestation journey on my locks, self-love, and lifestyle. And in today's video, I'm going to share the 10 things to expect within the first 6 months of your starter locks. Before I jump into it, I just want to say that these 10 things are things that I've experienced with my locks, so they're very personal to me, and they may not be in any shape or form exactly what you will experience with your locks if you are thinking about locking up or already have locks. All of these things to expect depend on your starter lock size, length, and ultimately how you even started your starter locks in the first place. So your lock experience will definitely vary from mine and everyone else's, and that's okay. While these 10 things are solely based on my experience, you may also experience them or have a similar experience, which is why I'm sharing this. This video was also inspired by a very close friend of mine who was also in her starter lock journey, and she texted us like, y'all, I'm over this. What is this? What is going on with my locks? And we had to tell her in our chat, like, girl, it's okay. Trust the process. And when you know it, literally, like, I think the next day or a few days later, she was like, y'all, I love my locks again. Like, it wasn't even that deep. So, shout out to you, girl. I love you. Thank you for the inspiration. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more. So jumping right into it, one of the things you can expect in your starter lock journey in the first 6 months is frizz. And baby, I got a lot of it. Frizz is a sign that your hair is growing and maturing in a healthy manner. And frizz is needed to continue to form the lock as the hair begins to take the shape, form, and mat itself together. And while frizz will never 100% go away, you can expect it to reduce throughout your lock journey, and it'll especially reduce significantly about after your 1 year mark. So hang in there, stay patient, you'll be all right. Also keep in mind that everyone's hair is different and unique, so you might experience your frizz diminish a lot sooner or a lot later than others, and that is okay. In the meantime, I just enjoy the frizz because, like I said, it is a sign that your hair is growing and maturing in a healthy manner. The second thing to expect is shrinkage. Now, I did not notice my shrinkage my first lock journey, and this time I definitely did, and I think mainly because I took a before and after picture where I could really see, like, oh, there is some shrinkage there. And of course, while I know my hair is growing, sometimes because of the shrinkage, it may not feel like that. Though if you were loose natural like I was, shrinkage probably for you will be very natural and you won't even notice or probably won't even care. One of the reasons why locks shrink is because the strands of hair within the lock over time are closing in together as they are forming a solid unit. So again, just trust the process. I've done locks before for a full year and have noticed a significant difference in my length by that 1 year mark. So hang in there. A little bit of shrinkage is okay. It's not forever. Third thing to expect is fuzz balls. At least that's what I call them. And it's probably not the cutest name ever, but you probably may experience fuzz balls. I have experienced them plenty. And while fuzz balls is something that I'm more experienced after 6 months, I would say they started at 6 months for me. Right now, I'm about to be 8 months in a few days. I'm including them again in case anyone experiences them within that 6 months. Fuzz balls at the end of your locks is also okay. It is a sign that your hair is shedding and that it is also sealing at the ends. As long as your locks aren't unraveling or you are doing significant damage to them, you are good. The fourth thing to expect within the first 6 months of your starter locks is budding. We love budding. Budding means that your hair is starting to tangle within the lock, and of course it is starting to form locks. It is the locking process. The fifth thing to expect is your hair is always standing up on its own, and it is so annoying. I hate it. I used to hate it so much. I still hate it. Your locks will not drop until you get close to that 1 year mark. So expect every once in a while you'll have a piece of hair sticking out, or a lock sticking up. The best way to combat that is you can use bobby pins, you can use clips, you can use a wrap on your head. You can obviously use some rose water and then brush it down with a soft brush. Depending on where you're at in your starter lock phase, you can use a brush and rose water to brush it down, but it's just naturally gonna happen. You're gonna have some stiff locks at first. And I'm not including like if they're dry and stiff, like they could be well hydrated, but there's just always gonna be one or two that sticks up. And that's okay. If you catch it, bring it down, and if you went the whole day like that, it's alright. Tomorrow's another day. The sixth thing to expect with starter locks, and this is more personal to me because I did my locks on my own, I did not go to a professional loctician, is you may possibly experience buildup. Now, if you went to a loctician and you started off with the loctician, you follow their regimen and you continue to go to them for to get your hair washed and retwist, you may not experience a lot of buildup, and that's perfect. If you are like me and you did your locks on your own and it's still a lot of trial and error between like which products really work well for you, which ones are causing buildup, you might experience some buildup. I would say somewhere around my 3-month mark, I actually had to do an ACV rinse, not just because my hair accumulated buildup all on its own. I was also in a really bad car accident, so there was a lot of buildup just from that accident. But I will say, luckily, if you do experience buildup, there are many ways to remove buildup, which is perfect. So it's not the end of the world. And buildup in locks is natural. Though if you do have buildup, you can always do an ACV rinse. There are so many videos on YouTube on how to do it. I even did one. It works. It's perfect. And I'm pretty sure there are other methods. And of course, if you're not very comfortable with removing the buildup yourself, go see a loctician. And most importantly, be sure to give yourself some grace. Like I said, buildup is natural and nobody is perfect. It is fixable. There is a solution. You'll be okay. The seventh thing to expect within the first 6 months of your starter locks is your relationship with washing your hair and maintaining your hair will evolve. Personally, for me, when it came time to wash and do my hair when I was a loose natural, I wasn't always looking forward to it. But now with locks, I'm like, this is going to take me no more than 2 hours. It's bam, bam, bam. Like, we could get this done. I think what also helps me a lot is that I consider my locks semi-freeform, which means that I manipulate and retwist my locks as little as possible. So as soon as I'm done washing my locks, I put the oil in. I only do a quick 2-strand twist or 2 lock twists. Let them dry overnight. Take them out. We are good to go. I only want to retwist my locks 3 to 4 times a year, and that is it. Also feels so relieving compared to when I was a loose natural. Now, this is no shade on anyone who is a loose natural. I did it. I loved it. It was great. That was a whole nother form of love that I had for my hair. What I will say that I did not love as much with my hair when I did a twist out when I was a loose natural was the gamble of the twist out. Sometimes it would come out amazing, and sometimes I'm like, I want to hide under a rock. I just want to disappear. Like, I'm not going to work today. I still went to work, but I really was like, I don't want to. This day is ruined. Throw the whole day away. I want to go to bed. But with my locks, my maintenance routine and my wash routine is so much easier. All I use is oil and water, and I'm really good to go. And even if my twist out doesn't come out how I wanted it to come out, or come out as good as I thought it would, I just gotta hit it with some rose water, put it up, and I'm good. Like, I'm good for the day. Now, my locks are still on the short side, so I can't speak for when they get longer and it takes me longer to wash them and twist them. But right now, your girl's happy. I got no complaints. The 8th thing to expect is that some days you are going to be serving looks with your locks, and some days you are going to be over it. Not lying. And that's okay. That's just like with any other type of hairstyle. You're going to experience days when you are rocking it and days where you're just like, let me throw on this wrap because it's just not working out. If anything, maybe I would recommend investing into a wrap or a scarf, buying your favorite clips, buying your favorite headbands, something like that. For on those off days, at least you got something to work with. Along with that, I'm going to say the 9th thing to expect, again, personally in my experience, is for your confidence and your self-esteem to be tested just a little, like just a tad. They will, just going right back to that last one, like I said, there will be days when you are feeling it and there will be days when you are not. And those days when you are not, Do not let that get to you. There is no such thing. I cannot emphasize this enough. Emphasize. Can't put too much on this. Like, there is no such thing as an ugly stage. It is the starter stage. On any days when you are not feeling it, I highly recommend affirmations as number one. Like, anything that makes you feel good inside. So I highly recommend affirmations. I highly recommend journaling. I highly recommend anything that makes you feel good. In short, do what makes you feel beautiful. If you need to go purchase a new outfit, if you need to just do whatever makes you feel beautiful in that moment, because it's not forever, do it. Build that confidence up and remind yourself that you are amazing, you are glowing, you are stunning, no matter what your hair looks like, no matter what type of day you are having, you still that bitch, okay?
You want to leave that in there?
And last but not least, I would say the 10th thing to expect, which I think everyone experiences on their lock journey, is to fall in love with yourself all over again. Fall in love with your hair, but most importantly with you all over again. I already pretty much had this sense of pride and self-esteem and confidence in myself, especially when I was a loose natural, even when I did braids or anything like that. But now with locks, it's like it went up to a whole nother level. And so expect that as well. Expect the journey to be something beautiful for you. And like I said, everyone's journey is different. Everyone's hair is different. Everyone's experience is going to be different. But I'm pretty sure you're going to fall in love with your locks and yourself all over again within those first 6 months. Yep, and that's pretty much it. So those were the 10 things to expect in the first 6 months of your starter locks. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Otherwise, be blessed, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.